You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing, daily, hopefully.
Hello, it's quite late on Thursday the 24th of October 2024. You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I know it's naughty. I haven't done the podcast for the last 2 days, or last few days now, because I've had nothing new to say. I haven't done any writing, and I just felt embarrassed to come on and say that. And I still haven't today. It's not like I'm going, today I've done loads. I've been working a lot today. But tomorrow also, I am going to struggle to get any done. So let me tell you about the last couple of days. It's not that interesting, but I'll tell you about the last couple of days. So I did a New York flight yesterday. It's one of the strange ones. So most of our New York flights cover a footprint of 3 days. So we usually leave on day one, arrive quite late on day one, and then fly home in the evening of day two and arrive in the morning of day three. But this one, the one I've just done, is a very early one. So the flight actually left Heathrow at 8:20 a.m, which means we were in New York by not long after 4 p.m, that's UK time, which local time over there is like 11 in the morning still. We were technically in our hotel just after lunchtime, which is weird having done that long a flight. But yeah, and then we fly back. Again, it was technically our pickup was at 5:50 a.m. New York time, which means our alarm call was 4:50 a.m. But bearing in mind at that point your body is still on UK time because you've only been there a handful of hours, it actually felt like, being woken up at 9:50 and being picked up at 10:50. So it was no big hardship. And then we landed at about 7:30. Actually, I think, we landed a bit before that. Actually, we landed early. We were meant to land at 7:45, but I think we were almost an hour early, so that was good. So something very interesting happened today. So I'm not going to name names, but I flew with a published author, and he's only written one book, but it sounds very, very interesting. I will, at some point down the line, name it and name him once I've read it. But it sounds very, very interesting. He's actually Italian. But the book has been published in both Italian and English. This is a guy I worked with over the last couple of days. And it sounds like a really interesting book. So, of course, me being me, goes on to Amazon. I only use Amazon to buy things I can't get elsewhere. And this book is not available elsewhere, unfortunately. It used to be, but it isn't anymore. So I had to order it from Amazon. Apologies. I do try not to use Amazon. And I got so excited because I saw there was a hardback edition and I clicked hardback. I'll have that. Buy. Yeah. Got really excited. I've got a hardback version. I didn't realise there was a hardback. Looked at my emails and it turns out that the hardback version is only in Italian, which isn't that much use to me because I don't speak it. So I hurriedly cancelled it and ordered the English version instead. So that'll be really good. I shall read that quite soon. And he's actually working on a second book now, which he's hoping is going to come out in the next year or so. Again, I'm presuming, I didn't ask, but I presume in both Italian and English. He actually writes the book in Italian. He did not translate it himself into English. And one of the things I didn't get around to asking him, and I wish I had, was has he read the English version and how well does it capture his intention? Because obviously translation is an art. It's not just a case of taking one language and turning it into another, because there's so many reasons why you can't directly translate. It's but anyway, for example, metaphors that work in one language, you couldn't really, there's loads of reasons why I can't just, translation is a complicated and delicate and artful thing. An example is French. We say goodbye, which I understand is a contraction of God be with you. And the French say au revoir, which is until next time. So they both effectively are a departing greeting, or saying, it's effective when you leave someone. But goodbye and au revoir are absolutely not direct translations of each other. So it is very interesting, and the more complicated, and I suspect, given that this piece of work is to do with feelings and perceptions, and it'd be very interesting to see what he thinks of the English version, and I will, if I get a chance to speak to him again, I will ask him. So anyway, I've got that on order. And then the other thing, 2 days ago, just as I was leaving for New York, so what day was it on? It was on, where are we now? A Thursday. So Wednesday morning, I got an email reminding me that I'm supposed to be going to the book club at my local bookshop tomorrow on Friday for this book. And I let them down last month. I mean, I did tell them I wasn't coming, so it's not like they were waiting for me. But I don't want to not turn up this time either. And the book genuinely sounds interesting. But I didn't have it. I'm sitting at Heathrow thinking, well, maybe I can get it in New York. Maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that. And in the end, I did something I have never done before, genuinely. Well, I've done it once before, but not for years. I actually bought it as an ebook. And I downloaded the Kindle app on my phone, on my iPad. And I downloaded it and I've read the first half of it now. And it's called The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store. And it's by a writer called, I can't even see it on this screen, James McBride. It sounds genuinely really interesting. And certainly the first half, I'm invested enough in the characters to want to know what happens. I've got till 3:30 tomorrow, so it's 10 o'clock at night as I record this. I shall upload it in a minute, and then I shall basically go and read for a bit, and then tomorrow morning I've got to have my hair cut at 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to read and read and read and hopefully get it finished. I should get it finished by 3:30. It shouldn't be too much of a, but it means that's basically what I'll do. Then after that, I'm 3 days behind on Big Brother because I've been away and you can't watch it easy when you're abroad. Certainly not when you're very, very tired. So I need to watch Big Brother. And so tomorrow evening I will catch up on Big Brother. So I very much doubt I'll be writing tomorrow unless the muse suddenly takes me, which given the frame of mind I'm in at the moment, I think it almost certainly won't. And then... yeah, then I'm trying to get what day. Then Saturday, I'm not working either. That's when I hope to do some writing. I really want to try. Ideally, I would like to try and get chapter 37 done by the end of this month, but that's a week away and I'm working 4 of the days and one of the days is blocked out for something else. So I doubt it'll happen, but never mind. Anyway, thank you for bearing with my very intermittent podding. I'm going to try and do a commitment to doing every day in November again, because I did every day in, was it August and September? And then I think it's this month. Oh, no, sorry. I did most of September. I did all of August anyway. There was one month I did every single day, and I'm going to try and do that in November. Anyway, I shall shut up now. Oh, and one other thing before I go. Normally, because I've got at least one regular listener who listens to this via YouTube podcasts, I would just like to apologise to that person because they're going to get a double hit, because they're going to get this episode and the one before, because for some reason, and I don't know what it is, the podcasts are not automatically updating to YouTube like they used to. It's the third day it's done it now, so I'm now going to have to manually upload it to YouTube, which I will do, as long as I don't have to edit it into a video. If I can just upload the audio, then I'll do it. But if I've got to edit it into a video as well, that's not happening tonight. And I'll need to do show 153 as well, and that's not happening tonight either. So if you are listening to this a few days down the line, I'm so sorry. But anyway, thank you for listening. I'll stop now, and I will talk to you again at some point tomorrow once I've read my book, probably. Take care. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.